Home, Star Trek Enterprise season. Home. This is Star Trek Enterprise season 4, baby. Yes. I like this one a lot. We're going to talk about it using my space system: story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best you can get in any category. I'm going to give the storyline a 1.5. The Enterprise, after finishing up their little time travel, they're back home. T'Pol goes back to Vulcan, talks to her mom, talks to Koss, I think that was the guy's name. He was the guy that she was supposed to marry, but never did. Will they get married? You're going to find out. She also is kind of in love with Trip. Trip gets to meet her mom. All that stuff is great. Archer's trying to get back to who he used to be because he was all messed up because of what happened in the Expanse and with the Xindi. So he's trying to get some of his humanity back, but also he's explaining himself and what he did in the Expanse. So a lot of great stuff in this one. 1.5 for the story. I was really intrigued. Everything was good. Pacing, I'm going to give the pacing a 1.5. It was awesome, and I wasn't bored. I wanted to see what these characters were going to act like after the war of season 3. T'Pol went right back up. She was going down for me, if you remember. She's back up. I love the stuff with her and her mom. I love the stuff with Trip. Trip is my favorite character for sure. I like the stuff with Phlox. I'll get to characters in a minute, but yeah, pacing was great. All that stuff was awesome. Artistry, 1.5. I mean, there's nothing to die over in this one. It's mostly just them, like on Earth, but the Vulcan stuff was really nice. So the Vulcan stuff was actually really, really cool. Everything looked awesome on Vulcan. So there is that. That's why I'm giving it 1.5. Otherwise, I would have just given it a 1, but it does look good. Season 4 is the best looking season. A lot of great stuff. Characters. I'm going to give it a 2. Loved all the characters here. T'Pol's mom is great. T'Pol is great. Trip's the best. Phlox, awesome. Phlox is in the bar, and these guys don't trust aliens. And they come over and they start shit talking to Phlox. And he gets scared and he blows up. That was great. And later they go to him and Hoshi's like, don't deal with prejudices this way. You should come and hang out. And he's like, nah, someone could get hurt. And then he says, I can even understand why they're prejudiced, because they suffered a loss and they're scared. Brilliant writing, brilliant character. That was awesome. Just awesome. The characters really shined in this one. I loved Archer's female friend, female captain. She's like, hey, you gotta get back to who you were. You know, she's helping him. That was awesome too. All that stuff was great. Enjoyment factor, I'm gonna give it a 2. I love this one. We're kind of back to Star Trek. Absolutely loved it. I'm giving this an 8.5 out of 10. I think after all of the Xindi stuff, and even that time travel one that we just had prior to this, it's good to be back in form. Like I like getting back to these kind of regular Star Trek episodes, talking about characters and their lives and stuff. So I really like this one a lot. Season 4 is looking up because I've watched ahead of this video, so I've seen the next few. They're pretty awesome. So I'm going to review those coming up. But if you're sticking with me through this whole thing, thanks so much for sticking by into season 4. We're almost done. Once we're done season 4, the next thing I'm going to do is probably Blake 7. So thank you to everybody who's been watching along. Thanks to everybody who's been sharing the videos. Philip, RR, an anti-derivative Jill, thanks so much. I appreciate you guys. You're awesome. If you do like my space system, please like the video. Check out the playlist for Star Trek. Consider subscribing to the channel. That's all I got to say on this one. Loved it. All right, guys. Until next time.